Shinobu, quick question. Where in the world can you buy hot ramen, a fresh egg, a necktie, and a tiny plastic dinosaur, all from machines on the same street?
Only one answer makes sense here, doesn't it?
Japan, of course. So why are Japanese vending machines so weird? And why do people love those little capsule toys so much? Let's find out.
Welcome to Japan with Ninjas, the podcast where we explore Japanese culture in slow, easy English.
I'm Hikari. We already explained why Japan's vending machines are so safe from theft. Today, a very different question.
And I'm Shinobu. Today, it's not about safety. It's about sheer variety and the strange, wonderful world of gacha capsule toys.
Get ready, because some of these machines are going to sound completely unbelievable.
Let's start with the numbers. Japan has around 5 million vending machines, one for roughly every 25 people, among the highest densities in the world.
And it's not just drinks and snacks, right? I've heard some truly strange stories.
Very strange. There are machines selling hot canned soup and ramen, fresh eggs straight from a farm, whole bananas, neckties for the forgetful office worker, and even umbrellas on a rainy day.
An umbrella machine appearing exactly when it starts raining, that's almost too convenient.
There have also been machines for fresh flowers, canned bread, and even, in some rural areas, live bait for fishing.
Live bait. Okay, that one genuinely surprised me.
It shows the real philosophy here. If people need something quickly, at any hour, someone in Japan has probably already built a machine for it.
So why did Japan end up with so many, and so many strange ones? What's actually behind this?
A few forces working together. First, space. Japanese cities are dense, and a vending machine needs far less room than a staffed shop.
So even a tiny gap between two buildings can become a working little store.
Exactly. Second, labor. Japan has a shrinking workforce, and a machine never calls in sick or needs a break. It just works, 24 hours a day.
And we already know the safety piece from our last episode. The machines can sit there alone, unwatched, without much worry.
That trust factor is the hidden foundation for all of it. Without it, half of these strange machines simply couldn't exist unattended.
And there's real competition between companies too, isn't there? Trying to out-weird each other?
Very much so. A genuinely surprising or delightful vending machine gets photographed, shared online, and becomes free advertising. Novelty itself has real business value here.
Okay, now let's talk about my favorite part, gacha, those little capsule toy machines you see everywhere.
Gachapon, or gacha, the name comes from the sound the crank makes, gacha, followed by the capsule dropping, pon.
So the name is basically the sound effect of using it? That's charming.
The idea actually started in America in the 1960s with simple bouncy ball machines, but Japan imported it and then completely transformed it into a true art form.
And now there are entire buildings and shopping floors filled with nothing but these machines, right? I've seen photos from Akihabara.
Some gacha corners hold hundreds of machines in a single space. Anime characters, tiny realistic animals, miniature food, historical figures, even oddly specific things like tiny office chairs or convenience store items.
The detail on some of these figures is honestly incredible for something that costs so little.
That craftsmanship is a real point of pride. Japanese toy companies compete fiercely on sculpting quality, even for capsules that sell for just a few hundred yen.
So, what actually makes gacha so addictive? Why can't people just buy one and stop?
Psychologically, it's the mystery. You don't know exactly which item you'll get, only the general set it belongs to. That small unknown creates real excitement.
And once you have 3 out of 6 in a set, suddenly you really want the other 3, don't you?
That's completism at work, a very human desire to finish a collection. Combined with a low price per try, it feels like a small, harmless gamble each time.
I do want to be fair here, though. This idea has a more serious side, too, doesn't it?
It does. The word gacha was borrowed by mobile phone games for randomized item draws, and that version has drawn real criticism and regulation in some countries for encouraging excessive spending.
So, the cheerful little toy machine on the street and the mobile game mechanic share a name, but they're not quite the same thing.
A fair distinction. Physical gacha usually costs a few hundred yen and gives you something real to hold. It's the same psychological hook in a much gentler, more limited form.
Gentle enough that even adults on their way home from work still stop and try their luck. Recap time. Japan has around 5 million vending machines, selling everything from hot ramen and fresh eggs to neckties and umbrellas.
That variety comes from limited space, a shrinking workforce, deep social trust, and real competition between companies to be the most surprising.
Gacha capsule toys, born from a 1960s American idea, became a true Japanese art form, detailed, collectible, and endlessly varied.
The appeal comes from mystery and completism, a small, harmless thrill each time, though the mobile game version of the same idea deserves a more careful, honest look.
Whether it's dinner from a wall or a tiny mystery toy, Japan just loves turning everyday moments into something a little bit magical.
So, the next time you see a strange vending machine or a wall of gacha toys, you'll understand the story and maybe the psychology behind it.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe and give us a like. It helps more curious learners find us. And today's question, what's the strangest vending machine item you've ever seen or wish existed in your own country? Tell us in the comments.
Next time, another journey into the heart of Japan. Until then, stay curious about the small things.
See you next time on Japan with Ninjas. Matane!